Today I wanted to tell to the public here that today every country has his problematic relationship to Islam. Why? Because we were not prepared to have Muslims in these Christian countries. For us, the Muslims were bring to work in Europe, and at the end we waited from them to leave our countries and to return to their countries. The politics in Europe, mostly in Western Europe, of integration were not well prepared. We failed in the integration methods. We continue our discriminations, and in a country like France, who occupied Algeria 130 years, the politics after the 60s, 70s, when the immigrants arrived, the politics were made in the context of colonialist prejudices, colonialist stereotypes. In this context, we continue to discriminate these people, not to give them work, not good work. In the school where they were discriminated, in employment, in all the sectors of the society. And when the terrorism began, they became they took the place of the Jews in the 1930s. They were the enemy. They were considered like terrorists. They were considered like not only not equal citizens, but also not accepted citizens. In this context also of nationalism, xenophobia, populism in all Europe, and in the East and in the West. In the East is the worst, but you have in this and in the West, we have now to find ways to live together. You can send 5 million persons to the Arabic countries. These countries, there are no more their countries, because most of these generations, they don't speak even Arabic. Their countries are the European countries where they born. If you take the example of the Jews contribute to the European civilization. The Muslims contribute also. We can't live closed in our frontiers between us. In the history, we know that all the peoples who closed their frontiers, who lived in closed ways without the others, at the end, they didn't produce no more civilization. The European project is a project of solidarity. We have to be solidar of the refugees. We have to be solidar with our Muslim citizens, because we have no other way. And we have to continue to live with them and to give hope to our European project. Europe is solidarity. They are afraid. You have in Slovakia 5,000 Muslims. It's not a problem of fear. It is a problem of phantasmagoria. You are maybe all these populist movements and extreme right movements and nationalist movements, they produce fear in the opinion. Yeah, 5,000 persons, you can even see them in the street. Why they are feared? I have to remember to the Slovaks, they made the same thing with the Jews. And at the end they persecuted them and they sent them to the camps and they destroyed them. And it's not the honor of the Slovak history. And we have to pay attention. The fear is not a good guide.